Venus and Adonis, a narrative poem by William Shakespeare, published in 1593, tells the story of the passionate love between the goddess Venus and the beautiful youth Adonis. This tale from Greek mythology portrays the tragic fate that befalls the couple despite the power and influence of the gods. The poem begins with Venus, the goddess of love and beauty, encountering Adonis, a handsome young man renowned for his beauty. Upon meeting, Venus immediately falls deeply in love with Adonis, and she tries to convince him to be her companion. However, Adonis, who is more interested in hunting and the thrill of the chase, rejects Venus's advances and chooses to pursue his own passions. Despite Venus's warnings about the dangers of the hunt, Adonis remains steadfast in his decision to go hunting, ultimately leading to his untimely death at the jaws of a wild boar. The story of Venus and Adonis is a tragic love affair that explores themes of desire, rejection, and the inevitability of fate. Despite Venus's fervent love for Adonis, she is unable to protect him from the dangers that ultimately lead to his demise. This raises the question, was Venus truly in love with Adonis, or was her affection merely a fleeting infatuation? In Greek mythology, Venus, known as Aphrodite, is often depicted as a passionate and impulsive goddess who is driven by her desires. Her love for Adonis is no exception, as she is immediately enamored by his beauty and charm. However, Adonis's rejection of her advances serves as a challenge to her power and influence, leading her to become even more determined to win him over. This suggests that Venus's love for Adonis is genuine, as she is willing to go to great lengths to be with him, even warning him of the dangers that await him. Adonis, on the other hand, is portrayed as a young man who is more interested in the thrill of the hunt than in the affections of a goddess. His rejection of Venus's advances could be seen as a reflection of his independence and desire for freedom. Despite Venus's warnings, Adonis remains steadfast in his pursuit of the hunt, ultimately leading to his tragic demise. The tragic ending of the story serves as a reminder of the powerlessness of even the gods in the face of fate. Despite Venus's love and warnings, Adonis's fate is sealed, and he meets an untimely end. This raises the question of whether Venus's love for Adonis was genuine or if it was simply a fleeting infatuation that ultimately led to his downfall. In conclusion, the story of Venus and Adonis is a tragic tale of love, rejection, and fate. While Venus's love for Adonis appears to be genuine, his rejection of her advances and his pursuit of the hunt ultimately lead to his untimely death. This raises the question of whether Venus's love for Adonis was truly genuine or if it was merely a fleeting infatuation. Despite the tragic outcome, the story of Venus and Adonis serves as a reminder of the powerlessness of even the gods in the face of fate.